Hey again everybody, Maxwell McGee here at the Electronic Arts Vegas Game Show. We're checking out Syndicate, and with me is Leo SOSKIN, who's going to help us learn a bit more about it. Leo, thank you for joining us.
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right, Leo, my first question is this. With Syndicate, is the FPS genre the only way gamers were going to get a true Syndicate sequel in this day and age?
Yes, I think so. I think that with first-person shooters nowadays, it's something that people can relate to and can appreciate, and knowing Starbreeze and their specialty with storytelling, I think that we found a great partner in them and an ability to utilize that genre and basically utilize that to tell our story and tell the story of Syndicate.
So why did EA and Starbreeze decide to go with using the established IP of Syndicate and not just creating their own intellectual property from scratch?
It's something that was well overdue. I mean, this is a long-awaited, beloved IP from 1993. And both companies felt that not only was the partnership right, but the IP was right to bring back and immerse consumers into that world.
So moving on to the game itself, can you go ahead and give us just a brief overview of what you guys are showing off here at the show today?
Sure. So we have one of our levels called Executive Search. Essentially, you have hijacked a ship from a competitive syndicate, and you are now going back to that syndicate cloaked, undetected, and about to breach one of their top scientists to get their technology for your own benefit and corporate greed.
So I noticed while I was doing some hands-on with the game that obviously my character, he had quite a bit of health. He could take quite a bit of damage. Is that how it's gonna play out in the completed version of the game, or is combat gonna be a little more one-hit kill? You're gonna have to rely a little bit more on stealth?
So you are essentially a high-powered agent. You are an enforcer. You're the latest prototype agent for your big syndicate, and you're actually Miles Kilo, who is the #1 prototype agent for the largest syndicate in the world, Eurocorp. So you are essentially a Terminator-like figure. People fear you. You come in and you wreck stuff, and you need to feel that throughout the gameplay. It doesn't mean you're invincible. You do feel damage. You take damage, and the AI is brilliant. As you probably saw with the demo, it's very difficult to play it. You have to use the breaching mechanics along with the core shooter mechanics to be able to get through the level. You have to utilize everything you have in that world in order to succeed and get through your missions.
In terms of the general gameplay and mission structure, is it more of a linear game, or is it perhaps more open world where you have a map, you can pick out which targets you want to hit next? How does the gameplay or the level breakdown flow?
So you play through the story of deception and greed, and you get to learn this world. Essentially, you are this, agent that was taken into this world from a very young age. You have a chip that was placed inside of you, and you play out a story of that corruption and greed. And there are places you can go. There's a world that you can explore. But the story path that you play through, we wanted to take the consumer through that particular story path so they can relive it and actually live that adventure from the original Syndicate. You get to live that adventure as one of the top enforcers, one of the top agents on the ground, rather than from the old school isometric view from the clouds viewing the agents below. So you get to kind of live it from within yourself.
Perhaps you can tell us when Syndicate will be coming out and on what platforms.
So Syndicate's going to come out on all HD platforms. That's 360, PS3, and PC. And it's going to be coming in North America on the 21st of February of this next year, and on the 24th of February for Europe.
Thank you for chatting with us, and take care.
Thanks so much. Thank you.